Hi, I'm Gabe.
Hi, I'm River.
Alright, boom. Let's go.
So, I heard you want to do this interview with me.
I saw your article in the newspaper.
Oh yeah, well, I did it about the cult. Well, my experiences with the cult started not that long ago. And my first interest came when I was fascinated with them when I had a look around, see what they were wearing. Now they had this custom, and it was very basic and bland. Simply to put it, they bought a bunch of ponchos from the post office. I mean, it's silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bloody stupid. So they buy a bunch of ponchos and trying to be the next KKK. And I was just like, what is this rubbish? Why have I come? Why am I so fascinated?
Tell me more about the cult.
Alright. So I'm guessing you don't know about the KKK?
No.
No. Well, basically it's a group that was formed by mainly Protestants after the American Civil War. That was in the 1860s. And in 1863, Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery. And slaves were allowed to be free. That meant African Americans running around in the South. And to fight against this cause, many middle-aged Protestant men began dressing up in white robes, burning crosses, one of the first radical cults in the world. And I have a feeling that after seeing some of the actions in this cult, I mean, they're very much similar to the KKK.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me how you got out there alive.
Well, I guess how I got into the group, once I became decent acquaintances with the leader, I mean, I don't even know what his name was. They say supposedly they're not a fan of religions, they hate religions, they're persecuting religious groups, but then the leader, well, it's a real good bit of irony. I mean, his name was Jeremiah, and his two key followers, both dressed in white robes, just like the KKK before them, were named none other than Moses and Abraham. Now, to put it bluntly, I guess, these men were they were just nothing. They were not religious by any means. They had no right to use these names. I mean, it's just wrong. And watching their actions, I mean, I never thought I'd see anything like that.
Tell me about it.
So my first interactions with the group came when I met the leader. At first, he was a bit suspicious of my name, that being River, but after a while, I got to know him quite well. He's a strong, athletic build, at around 6'2". He was quite the lord. I mean, all of his little, I guess I'd say, minions were barely small men. I'd say boys. They were small boys dressed in white cloaks. You see, I never really understood the group's ideology. What were they trying to fight for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was unclear to me. I just didn't know. I wanted to know. I joined a group expecting to find something and see something. But I didn't find anything. So, put it bluntly, the group, originally they were quite suspicious of my activities.
Okay.
So I didn't really engage in the group. Being a pacifist myself, I didn't really fall for that practice of, I guess, having weapons and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's dumb nowadays.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I mean, there was nothing really else. I never really saw that key motive. In my view, it's just a bunch of teenage boys that one day thought, oh, let's be some ghosts, went to the post office, got out some ponchos for $9, and then dressed up in their backyard playing a game. You know what I mean? With weapons. It's just some sort of weird fantasy.
No
world.
idea what you mean. Tell me how you got out there alive.
let's just say that there was like two men in the group, two that were actually, I guess, decent to some extent. They weren't fully, I guess, how do I say it? They weren't corrupted. But then there was one man, and that was Jeremiah. He was different. Just the way the others were open. They were open about their identity. Now, while they would wear the hoods, I mean, you can still see their faces. But Jeremiah was different, you see? Jeremiah wore a hood, but he also wore glasses. He covered his hood up, he covered his mouth. It was like he wasn't ready to be shown. He was afraid of who he would become. I was afraid of who he became. So, as seen in like the article that you were telling me about, I ran. Now, I ran fast. So, as I was running away from all the men, and I continued. They were out in one of the extreme cult events that I just don't understand. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. But I ran. Now, on that day, we're normally required to wear closed footwear to provide safety in the terrain in which we are in. But I didn't wear closed footwear. I wore Crocs, and they slipped off when I was running away. I still feel like the group is out to persecute me to this day. Me, myself, my family, I feel like we're all going to be persecuted. All because of some stupid teenagers in ponchos from the post office. So,
Tell me more.
well, I guess once I left, I didn't see much of the cult afterwards.
Tell me more.
Well, can I have some of that fruit?
Yeah.
Well, this was a look I saw on his face just after I left. No, he was not happy. He was not a happy man. Now, I don't know why, but the others, I just don't get why I didn't show their identity. You see, a cult, you're meant to be open, you're meant to be fighting about something, you're meant to fight. You're meant to fight. You are meant to fight. But what did they fight for? They fought for nothing. But in the end, what did they actually strive to achieve? Now this group in particular, in my view, just achieved nothing. That's why I wrote this article. I wrote this article to, I guess, explain to the world that cult groups are crap. All they tell is complete shit. What do they do? What do they get? They get nothing out of life. See, all these group members in the end I found were just men without lives. Not even men, they were boys without lives. Just sitting there trying to be someone else, trying to follow others. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.